Hello, and welcome to another edition of One Bad Veggies Root Beer Review, where in this review, we find out whether or not this butterscotch is better than the rest. And obviously, with this review, we are finishing off the Ramblin trilogy with the Ramblin Butterscotch Root Beer, which I have been dreading this entire time. Not because there's anything necessarily bad about butterscotch root beer. Well, no, actually, that's exactly the thing. I'm not a big fan of butterscotch root beer. I've had a couple, and they've all just kind of taste like smoked bad. I don't know how else to describe it. However, I think I reviewed AJ Steffen's butterscotch root beer, which is actually a review that I want to do again because I remember at the time I kind of had to just like set it up and do it real quickly, and I didn't really have time to kind of think it through and stuff because I had one bottle of it and I actually accidentally opened it up because I thought I had more than one bottle of it. So I wouldn't mind giving that one another shot and giving it a real test. Not that anything would probably change about the review, but anyway, this isn't about AJ Steffen's butterscotch root beer. This is about Ramblin's butterscotch root beer. So let's go ahead and get right into the ingredients. So not sure what to say about the ingredients because they're going to pop up right there. And all I had to do was copy and paste the ingredients from the maple root beer over to the file with the butterscotch root beer. I mentioned last time that the only difference between the maple root beer and the regular Ramblin root beer is just, I think it was like sugar versus cane sugar, which is okay, whatever. That's it. That's the difference, which I'm going to assume means there isn't any difference at all. So once again, we just have to deal with the mystery of natural and artificial flavors. But here's a good look at the bottle. If you've seen the last two, you kind of get it. There's a theme going on here. They just kind of changed the colors, changed the theme a little bit. Instead of a picture of a maple leaf, it's a picture of some butterscotch candies. Maybe get a little bit closer look there. Take a nice look. And anyway, yeah, again, like I said, there's not much to say about the ingredients because they're the same basic ingredients that we've seen for the last two reviews, which, you know, I'm sure if I went back and looked at old reviews too, that I would see a lot of the same exact ingredients too, because, you know, again, the mystery of natural and artificial flavors is never ending. It's the magic that makes it all happen. But let's go ahead and crack the bottle open and give it a little bit of a sniff. All right, let's go ahead and crack it open. It's tough, but I got it. Okay, so I'm reminded of the last review immediately that all you can smell is the flavor that is advertised on the bottle. Yeah, all I smell is butterscotch, which, you know, that's a delightful flavor. Who doesn't love a nice little butterscotch? You know, actually, some people hate butterscotch. I like butterscotch, though. Makes this all the more sad. God, I hope this is good. I hope this is good. Because I want it to be. I want it to change my mind about butterscotch root beers forever. But we'll see if it does. So yeah, like I said, it's definitely just the strong scent of butterscotch. You don't even really smell root beer or anything like that. Like I said, it's just like the maple one, where it's like a lot of it's in the scent. So I'm pretty interested in seeing how this one actually does taste to see if it's got the same falls as the maple, where you know, the flavor is overpowering. I hope not, but we'll see. And we're back with our old reliable trusty mug, getting ready to check out the pour and the head on this one. Let's see how it goes. Not very tall. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. That is pretty dang good. And this isn't even dang that's good. This is Ramblin. So let's go ahead and get a taste of the foam. So here's what I'll say. Once again, very similar to the maple root beer. The flavor that you're getting from the foam is butterscotch. But, and this is the thing about butterscotch root beers, is that they have, how do I put this? It's almost like there's almost like a smoky flavor in the background. It's really hard to describe unless you're drinking it. And it's almost like, I think it comes from maybe too much flavor. The maple kind of had the same thing. The difference was the maple didn't hit you right away. The maple kind of almost like overabundance that almost makes it taste like smoky didn't come until you drank the whole bottle. This is in the foam already. So again, I think a lot of these root beers that put flavors in their root beer, they need to be a little bit like not so much. That's basically what I'm thinking, right? It's just they overpower the root beer. I mean, root beer with a hint of butterscotch, root beer with a hint of maple syrup, and that sounds fantastic. But this is more like butterscotch. No, to be fair, I haven't drank it yet. But at least in the case of the maple, that was like drinking maple syrup with a root beer aftertaste. So, just hoping that butterscotch doesn't do the same thing. But we're about to find out. So let's go ahead and get to the taste test. All right, let's go ahead and grab the trusty mug. Bottoms up. Bottoms up. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm having a hard time finishing this one. I'm about that far to the end. It's, I don't know if it's... Usually I have no problem finishing the root beer. Usually I drink the whole glass and get through it and everything. But, this just... It's like the... How do I put it? So Ramblin root beer is fine. It's a fine root beer by itself. But something about this butterscotch root beer, it's like there's too much butterscotch and it ruins the root beer flavor. Like it literally, like, all you taste is butterscotch, except for the little bit of root beer that you taste is like ruined by the butterscotch. Like, it makes root beer taste worse in this case. So it's I will say the aftertaste, if you like butterscotch, that's all you're tasting is butterscotch after the fact. Which is bad, but anyway, let's grade this. I really wanted this one to prove me wrong. I really did. Other than vanilla and cherry, by the way, other than vanilla and cherry, I would argue that most flavored root beers are a bad idea. Most of them. I mean, like, Virgil's has their, like, Bavarian nutmeg, but those are spices. Those are spices. Root beer is already made of a lot of spices and stuff. Adding more spices to root beer just kind of makes it a better version of what it is, or sometimes just the same version of what it is. Honestly, you know. Well, I won't get into that. I don't want to get into that. But my point is that when you start adding other flavors, I don't know why cherry works as well as it does, and I don't know why vanilla works as well as it does, especially vanilla. Vanilla is always good in root beer. Maybe it's because of the whole root beer float thing. Maybe it just brings that feeling back. But I have had... Well, you know what? No, Sprecker's Maple was actually quite good, but I feel like when I reviewed that, something that I made a point of is that the maple flavor is in the background. It is in the aftertaste. It's not in the forefront. Mostly, you just taste regular Sprecker's root beer, which is one of my favorites. So, you know, putting that in the background didn't really add anything, but it didn't make it bad either. Whereas these Ramblin root beers, butterscotch and maple, again, like I said, that's what you taste. And the root beer is the afterthought. And at least with the maple, maple's just basically a type of sugar. You know, maple syrup is basically just a type of sugar. So all you're really doing is adding, like, you know, it has its own flavor, but you're just adding an extra bit of sweetness to it. And that didn't really help either. The butterscotch is a very specific flavor and overpowers the root beer. And as I said before, makes it taste worse. So, I mean, I was just gonna start this part, the grade part, with the letter grade. But now I'm talking. So, letter grade's an F. This is the first time since I've been doing these video reviews where I have not been able to finish the root beer because I think it is so nasty. Like, it's just not good. It just, like I said, the butterscotch flavor overpowers the root beer and then somehow makes the root beer taste worse. And again, like I said, Ramblin root beer, plain Ramblin root beer is a perfectly good root beer. I don't remember if I gave it a C or a B, but I didn't really have any issues with it. I remember that much. So it's sad to see that their attempt to, you know, spice it up a little bit just go so wrong. So, yeah, I guess that's the end of this review. So, yeah, F. So that's it for this review. And like I said in the last video, I'm just trying to get my schedule back together again. It's been very hectic at work, so it's hard to kind of like squeeze these reviews in between sleeping and working. So hopefully you have patience, and I do try to squeeze them in any chance that I get. This is a long time coming. For the next review, I'm going to do a little something special. I have so many root beers at this point that I'm trying to move through my older backlog before I start opening the newer stuff. But you know, I'm feeling a little gracious. So I think for the next one we're gonna do something a little bit special. So Hope you get excited for that. And that's it for now. So I hope you had a good time.